You are listening to Menopause Natural Solutions, Episode 1, The Introduction. Welcome to Menopause Natural Solutions, your podcast for all things perimenopause and menopause related. Stay tuned as naturopath Jennifer Harrington explains how to use natural therapies to transform your health and happiness. Hi, I'm Jennifer Harrington, naturopath and clinical director for Menopause Natural Solutions. Is your life the best it can be? Are you struggling with hot flushes, night sweats, insomnia, weight gain, headaches, mood swings, fatigue, memory issues? The list of menopausal symptoms goes on, but it doesn't have to. Life doesn't need to be like this. Isn't it time you took control and started living the best life possible for you? Wouldn't you prefer better temperature regulation, abundant energy, a great night's sleep, to be in the ideal weight range, to have stable moods, strong memory, and so much more happiness? So come and join me on a journey of a lifetime and start living again. In this podcast, I'll talk to you about the latest research in menopause. I'm going to interview inspiring women who have turned their lives around, chat with other healthcare providers to educate you on as many ways as possible to naturally enhance your life. My goal really is to help as many women as possible heal themselves naturally. As a university-trained naturopath, nutritionist and herbalist, I'm going to focus more on using these modalities to transform your health. Even I was surprised to see how much research has been done in the field of natural therapies and menopause, and I can't wait to show it to you. We're going to look at different methods of testing, such as blood, hair, saliva, and how we can individualize treatment plans depending on these results. We're going to discuss environmental concerns and discuss how this impacts on your health and well-being, and more importantly, what you need to change in order to get well and stay well. We will analyze different lifestyle habits and see what you need to do in order to achieve your ultimate health. But before we get started, I thought I would share my story with you. I have personally experienced hormonal imbalance for much of my life, and I know it can change not only your physical symptoms, but your identity as well. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. I was diagnosed with polycystic ovarian syndrome in my 20s, but I had been experiencing hormonal migraine since puberty, and these suckers could knock me out for 2 weeks at a time. They were frequent, intense, and long-lasting. I was on medication for my migraines and artificial hormones for my stabbing ovarian pain. I was a mess. My migraines reduced, but they didn't go. My stabbing ovarian pain also reduced, but it further altered my moods and personalities, and this was unbearable. It wasn't long before I gave up and started looking for a plan B. My plan B was to see a naturopath, and within the first month, the pain was reducing and my moods were improving. The migraines took a little longer, but I eventually got rid of those as well. Full disclosure, I believe it was a combination of naturopathy and chiropractic that finally took my migraines away, which is why I'm going to include interviews with other practitioners, as there isn't one modality that 100% fixes everyone. Often it's a combination that finally seals the deal. But I was seriously impressed with naturopathy, so much so I quit my job and retrained as a naturopath, and have specialised in hormonal health ever since. On a side note, my sister left her job and retrained as a chiropractor. Anyway, 2 decades have passed, and a few years ago I started to notice headaches. Some of them borderlining on migraines returning. My sleep wasn't what it used to be, and I've experienced night sweats. My periods are irregular, and my moods aren't what they used to be. Oh no, it's hormonal imbalance again. I recognized the signs and took action. Currently, I have no complaints, but I know there's potentially more to come. The average age for menopause is 51, and some women start to notice signs and symptoms a decade or so beforehand. It's the beginning of the end. But the more I thought about it, the more excited I got. My shop is shut. I don't want any more kids. My daughter is a teenager and it's almost my time. What do I want to do with the second half of my life? I want to live more. I want to travel more. I want to contribute more. I want to leave a legacy. It's only at the beginning of the end because the next chapter is about to start. And I believe it's the best chapter of all and I can't wait. So who's ready to get started? Hit subscribe now so you don't miss a minute. And feel free to share with as many women as you feel could benefit from this knowledge. Along the way, if you enjoy what you hear, please leave me a review, as I would love to hear from you. The next step is to be brutally honest with yourself about the state of your current health. I've provided a link in the show notes to my symptom tracker sheet, or my Meno score. This grades the frequency and intensity of your symptoms and provides a baseline from which we can work together. Every now and then I'm going to ask you to go back and fill it in, so we can see where your life has been transformed and where further work is needed. If you have certain areas on your tracker sheet that need priority care over others, please let me know in the review section so I can fast track those episodes for you and get you back on your feet sooner. It's been my absolute pleasure to serve you, and I cannot wait until next time. Thank you for listening to Menopause Natural Solutions. If you have enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe, share, and leave us a review. This podcast contains general information about menopause. It is provided as a guide and is not intended to replace medical advice.